So working with the GDM loader, so GDM loader is a helper package that is designed to simplify downloading and loading examples of distribution system. One issue we ran into was every single time there was a version change on GDM, all our testing would break because we had like older models existing in other packages, and we wanted to simplify that use case where all you want when you're testing, when you're building out your test, unit test or whatever, you want to be able to just pull from source, run the test, and then and that be it. And to be able to achieve that, we ended up with building something called a GDM loader, and this is essentially just a helper package that allows you to download things, right? Public cases are currently hosted in Google Cloud. However, GDM loader allows users to manage private sources as well. So if you have like private use cases, like if you want to set up something like this locally and make it private, please reach out to me. I can help you set that up. The way we kind of set this up is quite powerful, essentially, right? So we've defined the way we set this up. You have create an instance of system loader, and then you add a source to it. We're using FFmpeg under the hood, which means we're able to host data on many different ways. So we have a source in GitHub itself, but we have a source in Google Cloud, and that is the default way of using it, because one thing users have experienced is that they start to hit rate limit very quickly when they're using the GitLab or the GitHub interface, essentially, or the GitHub source. So the way you use it is you add source. Once you add source, you can call it show sources, and it will list all the sources that you have. You can add more than one source as well. So if you have a mixture of private and public sources, you can add all of them here as well. So that would work. Once you've added a source, what you can do is call show datasets by source, and it is going to give you all the different datasets that exist within the system itself. Right? In this case, the way it's going to get printed out, so all the different types of systems that exist are going to be shown in different tables. So here I've got a catalog system. This catalog system consists of over 25,000 unique equipment that we've spent a lot of time curating, essentially. So this would contain definitions for conductors, cables, all the different things you could think of that are required to build a distribution system. What you'll also see is that for each system, we have different versions supported as well, right? As we make a release, a new version is added here as well. So if you're working on an older version, you can pull the appropriate model there as well. And I'll talk about how that is done. And then we've got sample distribution systems here. And for sample distribution system, what we do is we have a JSON file that you would need to add, because this table gets populated automatically. And what we want to be really think of is like we have some certain metadata that we want to keep track of, because a lot of these different use cases require these kinds of information, like do you have geo coordinates or do you not, do you have time series data or not within the use case, because depending on what use case you have, you might want to use an appropriate data model. And then we have one larger data model, and because if you want to do testing on scale testing, you want to use it with a larger model essentially as well. All right. So this is just this function essentially just shows you all the data models that you have, and then if you want to pull an appropriate data model, what you can do is towards the end there is a function called load dataset, and all this requires you to do is pass what type of dataset do you want, what is the source name, and then what is the dataset name. Additionally, you can pass the version as well. If you don't pass this, so by default, it is going to check what your GDM installed version is, and it's going to download that appropriate version, right? The name is essentially this name. The first column that you see here is the name of the model that you want to pull out, and that is essentially it. When you run this, what is returned is a GDM model essentially.
I just have a simple question. Maybe when you look up a little bit,
yeah,
you had a bunch of things whose names look the same. So is there like a requirement that catalog has unique names, or there's just being truncated or something?
These are unique names, but the table is like, it's just shortened them. So some of them like different switching configurations. Some of these are like very unique for testing purposes. So these are all very unique models with unique names as well. Yes, the names need to be unique.
Okay, so then maybe in this case you have to work a wrap for that.
Yeah, but okay. when you pull names, actually you can get the actual names as well. When it tried to print this, it just shrank everything and it just added 3 dots to the full names. That's what happened.
They look like underscores on the bridge director, but I see that now. Yeah, great, thanks.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, the names need to be unique.
And that is the expectation that when you look at the versions, those are the GDM versions as opposed to
exactly, these are GDM versions, yes.
So is there like a support for versioning of the models, like as those evolve over time, or is the expectation those are kind of fixed with the
So those are fixed. So if you have different versions of the same, so that is exactly what is happening here as well, right? So you had different versions of the same model, so where you added switches, where you added like different types of technology, so we kept like, so these have different names, and probably down here somewhere we have like, do we have, like somewhere here we do have understanding of like what all of this means. I think you can reach out to both as well. So we do track like who added these as well. So if you want more information on a particular use case, you can reach out to that person as well.
And I guess the last related question, is there an expectation that that's a full factorial combination where like all of the versions that are listed, you could get all of these?
That is the case, yes.
Okay.
So for each model that we have, we make sure that we maintain all the versions, all the previous versions as well.
So if I wanted to add a new one, somehow or another you'd have to have some old versions.
Exactly. So we have dedicated releases, so we know exactly what version to build from. So we can do that in an automated way. But I will say this. So the bucket we have on Google Cloud, it is public, so everybody can read it, but only the GDM team has write access. So if you want to add some model, just reach out to me, and I can curate that for you. So if there is a specific model you want to add that you require very extensively, it's very common for you to use. Just let me know and I can add that on my end. We want to make sure that there is like quality, so like we maintain quality of the products that we're building out here, and everything we're adding is very, very clean.